So you're playing Black Ops 4 and you're having a bad day, you're dying all the time, enemies just seem to be killing you, you think you're playing everything right, you're shooting them as fast as you can, but somehow you just lose every single gunfight. Don't worry guys, in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to never die again in Black Ops 4. What is up guys, my name is Nick and welcome back to another Black Ops 4 video where I'm going to be teaching you guys some tricks to stay alive, win more gunfights, and just drop everybody you get to see. Now obviously you will be dying a little bit. I had to put that as the title. I've been doing this for like a year now, and every time I upload a video like this, that's the title. But I'm actually going to be teaching you guys some great tricks in order to play better and get that KD up, so don't worry about it guys. Now if you guys could do me a huge favor and drop a like on this video, do it now before like a bunch of spiders crawl in your bed and stuff. You don't want that, so you make sure to like the video so that doesn't happen guys. Now guys, before we get into the video, if you guys could leave a comment down below letting me know your KD and favorite weapon in the game. Mine is kind of the Peacekeeper, I'm not gonna lie. I like the Maddox, I like the SOG, but I'm really enjoying the Peacekeeper. It's not overpowered, but it's fun to use, I can't deny it. And my KD, well, we got to get it up there, man. We got to get it to a 2.50. So let me know yours down in the comments and let's get straight into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is using your teammates as bait. Now this might sound really mean, it is actually really mean, let's be honest, but what you want to do is actually use your teammates as bait. If you're running in a certain area of the map and you see there's a teammate behind you, make sure you're not in the front of that guy. Make sure he goes in front of you so that if he runs through a door and there's enemies camping in there, they'll shoot him first, and then you'll see where they are from the red dots on the maps, and then you could go in and drop those enemies. So use your teammates as bait. If you're unsure if someone is camping in a room, let your teammates go in there first. And it's not the nicest thing you could do, but don't worry, it'll save you guys. You guys will stay alive, don't worry about that. Now another one I want to give you guys is to stick to the edges of the map rather than going into the middle. A lot of people play this game, they're doing bad, and then they decide, you know what, I'm gonna go to the middle, there's so many enemies there, and that's the wrong thing to do. Do not go to the middle of the map, because there could be people looking at you from literally 360 angle. Like they could be looking at you from the right, the left, the front, anywhere, up in the window somewhere. You never know. Stay away from the middle of the map. Most of my gameplays that you guys see me playing, I'm staying towards the sides of the maps, those open lanes on the sides, and I'm waiting for enemies to come to me rather than me rushing them. Now this is another important tip I could give you guys right here, and that is to set your controls to flipped and stick and move. Now the reason for stick and move is so it doesn't change any of your controls whatsoever besides the X button, and I believe it's A on Xbox, and the actual right joystick. So what this does is it makes you stab with the A or X button rather than the joystick, and then it makes you actually jump using the joystick. This way you guys could jump shot a bunch of enemies and never take your controllers or your thumb off the joystick, I should say. Now there's a lot of people who play with scuff controllers and stuff like that, so if you play with that, don't worry about it, you got the back paddles. But for those of you guys who have the basic PlayStation controller, that's what I play with. I don't have a scuff or anything, I play with a normal PlayStation controller. I jump a lot of my shots because I use stick and move. Now it does take time to get used to, but get ready for it guys. Like it's gonna help you guys a lot. Now the reason for playing on flipped, what flip does also, it doesn't change any of your controls except for L2, R2, and L1, R1. It's gonna flip those. So instead of shooting a grenade with R1 for example, you'll be shooting a grenade with R2, and then instead of actually shooting your bullets with R2, it's gonna flip it over to R1. And the reason for this, especially on a PlayStation controller, I don't really recommend it on an Xbox controller, it feels awkward, but on PlayStation you want to play flipped because those extra little, like the R2, if you shoot with that, it takes a few milliseconds longer to press down on that button than if you were to press down on R1. And this makes a huge difference. Like let's say someone's shooting at you already before you even see them, if you guys could shoot just milliseconds faster, get 1 or 2 bullets out before anything else, like as if you were using R2, that would take too long. But if you're using R1, you're gonna get those bullets out quicker and you will be able to drop that enemy, so don't worry about it. Now this is another important one a lot of people don't seem to be doing, and every time I get into a game I see people using the wrong gun on a certain map. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick example. Let's say you're playing Nuketown. Actually that's a horrible example. That map is, you can use whatever the heck you want on that map. Now let's say you're playing on the map Firing Range for example. Okay, this map is really good for either SMGs or assault rifles. You can even use shotguns and stuff. But now let's say you go onto a bigger map, you go onto a map that's just gigantic, like Madagascar for example. That map is just huge. You don't want to be running around with an SMG when you get people in such long lines of sight, they're just gonna drop you if they're using an LMG or an assault rifle. So it's just not worth it. You gotta use the right map, the right gun on the right map, I should say. Wow, I'm messing up my words like crazy here. Now, I also want to say, when you're on a map, make sure to hold down a certain area and do not push. Don't push, guys. Trust me. If you push and then all the enemies seem to spawn at the same time, they're gonna drop you. If it's you versus 6 people, you're getting dropped. I'm sorry to say it. It's how it is. There's no way you're getting out of that one alive, unless you have a hellstorm or something that could actually save you guys, or a specialist ability. But other than that, you guys are going to get dropped. And what I mean by don't push the center of the map, I'm going to give you guys an example here. Look at this map right here. Imagine an imaginary line going through right there. Your spawn is all the way on the bottom, and you're going up against the enemies all the way at the top there. Make sure not to go past this line right here, because then you're going to screw up the spawns. They're going to be spawning everywhere. There's going to be enemies coming behind you, in front of you, beside you, literally everywhere. And there's nothing you could do in a situation like that. So make sure that you guys don't push this imaginary line, no matter what map it is on. Always stay behind it, because that's the last thing you want to do. Now, I also want to say, guys, use whatever sensitivity works for you. I see a lot of people, they ask a bunch of like YouTubers that they watch and stuff, and they say, what sensitivity are you playing on? And then that guy's gonna reply with like an 11 or something, and then you think, wow, 11 is super high, I can never do that. Well, don't do it. You have to put the sensitivity that is actually comfortable for you, not what's comfortable for someone else. That's why there's so many sensitivity options. If not, everyone will just be on the same exact sensitivity, and it doesn't work that way. So you got to play on the sensitivity you're comfortable with. Whether it's slow, whether it's fast, whether it's a medium sensitivity, you gotta play what you like. Now, I will give you guys a recommendation, and I'll say play more towards a medium one, because if you do play on a slow one, it'll be very hard to turn on enemies if they see you. And if you play on a really fast one, it's gonna be really hard to actually keep your aim on the enemies when you aim down at them and stuff. So play on a medium one. That's what I'm gonna recommend to you guys, whether it's a 6, 7, 8, even a 9, whatever you guys feel comfortable with around there. That's gonna be my recommendation. And let's go on to the last tip, guys. This is a big one, because this one I can't even do myself, and I always find myself in this situation where I can't get out of it. But if you see an enemy that is outgunning you at long range, you can't seem to hit your shots, but he's hitting his shots, get the heck out of there, because you're 1 or 2 shots away from dying, and it's just not worth it at the end. At least this way, if you guys get out, you can make it around the map, and he's probably still going to be waiting for you and stuff, so you guys can get him from the back, and don't worry about that. So that's going to be it for the tips, guys. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here, with those notifications turned on, and let me know down in the comments below what your KD is in Black Ops 4 and your favorite weapon in the game. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.